throws it. Floyd is there. He saves it. Up it comes to Brett Brown.
The momentum's changing.
Brown mishandled the ball. He lost the man. That was a reach in by Jordan. Jordan is playing superb basketball to Worthy. Worthy to Black. The time, 18. Shot, Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Brown. Look for Sleepy Floyd. Look.
Oh, he threw it to the wrong man. He threw it to Worthy.
It's over.
He's fouled by Eric Smith.
Yes, indeed, my friends. Welcome to another LSB production of The Freak Show here on the CW and the Poster Man Studios. Nothing less than just a madcap hour of college hoop. Whole show dedicated to YOU, the tourney, your weekend, the bracket. I've never been able to describe it better than a dizzying blur of basketball. Dizzying to some more than others. But that phone line is open all 7 seconds for you, so jump on it right now. Got 4 pizzas to give away as well from Little Caesars for my good hoop fans. So jump on it at whatever that number might be. Yeah, I'm glad the TV's there. 267-2422. That's what happens when you take 4 days off. 267-2422. Really only 2 days. But the thing is, those 2 days come back and bite me in the behind because I have to work Thursday and Friday night. And for some reason, America, New York, the same channel that took your Louisville Siena game off in just ridiculous television production value, not using their common sense, saying, do you understand those people down there have nothing else? If you put this stupid Marquette game on and this USC game that is really over on, you are just so dumb. And then to see the complaints come in like an hour after the game was over, call like Richie Catapano in New York or whatever it was they gave his email. I was like, it's not us, man. But you know what? All I have to say is, number one, before I get to the BJ starting 5, I just want to lead off with Siena. I found them just truly inspiring, and they're going to lead us off here in a segment. But the way that those young men, obviously Ronald Moore, the point guard, despite a bad shooting day, and your boy Ubilis just handled themselves was certainly amazing. The storylines nationally, and I love them. And basically, my tournament in a minute. If I could do it real quick here. So look at my bracket. I'm still alive in 2 brackets to win $4,000. I am definitely getting crushed in the Sports Buzz bracket, like in 60th place. But just when you go back, boom, so Siena losing to Ohio State, that might have been the first one to kill people. Utah losing to Arizona might have killed you real early on. Wake Forest, the only shocker of the tournament, pretty much. West Virginia hurt a lot of people. BYU, Texas A&M was a toss-up to me. I did not like that day at all. You had Maryland running Cal, and then you get schooled by Memphis when Vasquez ran his mouth saying that Memphis would be a so-so, also ran in the ACC. Oklahoma State fighting like a champion. Pittsburgh hasn't looked good in either 2 games. Villanova, Duke coming up. Villanova looks on fire right now. LSU Butler hurt me in one pool, but not in this one. Western Kentucky Gonzaga, the game of the whole thing. Clemson, another punk. Syracuse, red hot. Oklahoma, underestimated. I don't know. The BJ starting 5 on a great Monday, followed by your phone calls. Survive and advance. Old Jimmy Valvano said that, and obviously old Bobby Valvano was doing the Creighton, Kentucky game that'll come up here in a second. Look how much better the cards look than I do on TV. Look at Clark, the nice bounce pass, diagonal to TW. And then here, of course, the miracle 3 by Preston Knowles. Just think what that run that Siena had would have been like with that 3 not counting. There was something I find very alarming from a Cardinal fan. Nick Wise, Ronald Moore had a bad shooting day, but kept his head about him, was able to penetrate deep into the Louisville zone, which Siena screened well and was able to dish at the last second. Of course, Earl Clark stripped more than Amber Green on a good weekend over there at Trixie's. How many times did Earl Clark get just punked? And then, just whatever, Patino comes out. I never knew if I had a real team. I don't know what that meant. And, of course, give Terrence Williams his cape. God bless Louisville for answering the charge and not folding. God bless Siena Moore for representing what the tournament has always been about. And I think nice matchups for Louisville all the way through. As we roll on the BJ starting 5, Ubilis was a man. I need, for me to win $4,000, Kansas has to beat Michigan State. Okay? Is that asking a lot? Can't 3 against 2. UConn has to beat Purdue. Not bad. This is for me to win $4,700. Memphis has to beat Missouri. 2 or 3 can happen. Pitt has to beat Xavier. Villanova has to beat Duke. Villanova's playing better than Duke. Carolina has to beat Gonzaga. And Oklahoma has to beat Syracuse. Then Carolina has to beat Oklahoma. Pitt has to beat Villanova. Louisville has to beat Kansas. UConn has to beat Memphis. And the finals, it's North Carolina and Louisville. And I'm sorry, for me to win $4,700, North Carolina does have to beat Louisville. So when we get that far, there is absolutely no doubt who I'll be rooting for. I'm sorry, Cardinal fans. How about Creighton and Kentucky tonight? The best thing about this game was that the Creighton fans made it an event, not just a game. It was known as the biggest game at Creighton since Ray Myers' DePaul teams of the early 80s. And despite golf ball-sized hail, the place was sold out 6-9-8-4, loud tornado warnings, old ladies jumping up and down. This game was I'm up by 5, you're up by 5, I'm up by 5. Your boy P. Allen Stinnett and Antoine Young face guarded Meeks all day long, but Meeks did wake up with 16. Perry talking about waking up. 13 and 10 and 5 offensive on the 10. Of course, all Perry has to do is score 10 to catch a 10 and 1, but Billy don't need no third score. Bottom line of this game, march on. Notre Dame coming up. You want war, I want war. Bottom line is how funny would it have been on the phone lines if Louisville lost to Siena, and to hear the Kentucky fans right now, it would have been like worth its weight in gold. And not that I was rooting for Siena. It would just been to hear those Kentucky fans laughing at you. Me as a neutral fan who got swamped and raped by Memphis and just decapitated and fed to my dead children. You're going to play jazz flute tonight, Mr. Buccaneer? I see you are. It's good. We have a phrase for you. It is the blood of the wolves will flow down the rocky canyons into the mouths of the children. Receive it. And the streets will flow with the blood of the non-believers. Number 3, our small forward. Again, reviewing rounds of 2, 1 and 2, 1 and more. What did you like? Obviously, that was the game of the tournament. And just let me say something. New coach, a lot of the same players, bad referee calls, obviously, on a couple timeouts. I think that Coach McDonald wants. But I just want to tip my cap, man, to the toppers of Western Kentucky for being the most consistently dogged, wonderfully professional in their approach to the game. A team in the true sense of every word. And your boy, Mendez Valdez, Stephon Pettigrew, coming from E-Town. But, you got to love the Mexican because he's been there. He's been fighting his butt off. Brian Hatch used to make fun of him upstairs. And they lost a couple big players from last year, obviously. But A.J. Slaughter's still running it. And Gonzaga could have killed a lot of brackets. But I got to give much love to what Western Kentucky has done the last 2 years. Hopefully other people have done it in this profession as well. Sweet 16 will be here all Thursday night watching it with you. Purdue, UConn, Xavier, Pitt, Mizzou, Memphis, and Nova Duke. All right here Thursday night, me and Evan Daniels over there at the sports desk. Watching the late. Why do they start at 10 o'clock? Why? Why do they start at 10 o'clock? Games at 10 o'clock? Why am I talking like I'm Billy Crystal's Jewish father in a deli? I just don't know. But explain to me, why can you start games at noon on Thursday, but when it gets even to the bigger part of the tournament, supposedly the more important part, the more vital part, advancing in the Sweet 16, let's not put on games till 10. Let's make sure that Junior can't watch it. Actually, it's a good day for Junior. I'll never forget, it's like 1976-ish. Dolphins and Jets were playing on Monday Night Football, and it was like until 8:30, 9 o'clock start, maybe even 8, and it was past my bedtime. And like I bribed my mom into somehow, if I take a nap during the day, get my homework done, can I watch the game, blah, blah, blah. When you were a little kid, and they threw all the helmets on Monday Night Football, bro. And then you finally saw your team's helmet, and they said, tonight from Miami. But there you see the wonderful Sweet 16 schedule, and, who would ever thought Gonzaga would have been called underachievers when it comes to the tournament? Arizona's a dangerous matchup for Louisville, but most likely not one that will be suicidal because Arizona's biggest weakness, 1 minute as we roll on, the BJ starting 5, Arizona's biggest weakness is no depth. And arguably the Cardinals' number 1 strength is depth. Syracuse and Oklahoma, the 2-3 zone Syracuse plays. 2-3s are meant to neutralize big men and make guards hit jumpers. Oklahoma doesn't have guards that can hit jumpers. Kansas, Michigan State, it's the defending champions against maybe the most balanced team in the tournament, Michigan State, but certainly not the most exciting team at all. Missouri and Memphis should be up and down and up, sideways. Paul Giamatti, screw Chablis. Nova should have too many big guards for Duke. Xavier and Pitt, B.J. Raymond fighting Pitt in the streets. And Purdue trying to pull the white boy upset on the Huskies, who are winning by like an average of 30. The Fin 30. Pick up the phone line on the Freak Show.